Hey, my resetters. It's your girl Yvonne with Von's Midlife Budget. I am coming at you today with something that I know a lot of people do not like to talk about, but it is a part of resetting your finances, and it is very much an important part, and that is talking about your debt. I know. We hate to talk about our debt, but I made this channel so that we can be very open, honest, without judgment about where we are financially, and coming together to help each other and to have a safe space and encourage each other to reset everything. And so part of that is to be honest, right? So you can't fix what you don't face. So today I am going to face where I am financially. Okay? So go ahead and let's get into this, y'all. Do not judge me. So I just kind of wrote it all out. And it's a little messy, but I just kind of wrote it out because it was just what I had available at the time. So as you can see at the bottom, my total open debt as of July 14th is $22,279.32. Okay? Now, when I break that down, I have a personal loan that has a balance of $646.35. I pay $114.16 a month. I have a loan for my car that is, it was not a car loan. It was basically a loan that they gave me so I didn't have to put money down. I have a balance of $1,165.44 with a minimum of $113.18 a month. I have my car note, which currently has a balance of $16,786.67. My car note is $608.07. Yes, I know it is high, but my credit is shot, and it is what it is. I have a payday loan, Instacash, for $249.97. My full balance is due. I have a Money Lion, which is like a credit builder loan. It's $871.14 balance. My minimum is $96.80, and I also pay a $19.99 fee for the life of the loan. That is broken up into 2 payments a month. I have my credit card, which the balance right now is $2,022.47. That is over the limit right now. My minimum is $50. I owe Cash App $105. The full amount is due. I also owe Cash App $420. Full amount is due. Then I have Afterpay. Afterpay, this is all through Cash App. And this is where I mess up, I'm going to be honest. Payday loans, paying 6, paying 4. That is, if you look, that is where my money goes. And it goes into my impulse spending. It really does. That and me having overdraft protection on my account to where I can spend up to a certain amount of money. And it feeds into my impulse spending. It feeds into my mania. When I'm going through mania, when I'm having manic episodes, it feeds into that because I know I have the ability to get these things whether I have money or not, if you get what I'm saying. So I have to shut all of that down. I already shut down the overdraft protection on my account. And so the next thing I'm going to do once I pay off all of this is to take this off of my account. So I have the Home Depot. I owe them $67.80. I owe Wendy's $31.07. This is some money that I sent my daughter that I got back, $322.50. Primerica, $26.87. Amazon, $43.67. JoyFit, this was my walking pad that I just bought, $223.35. Etsy, $66.44. Shein, $111.69. That's clothes I bought because I'm going to a wedding next month and it's a specific dress code. DoorDash, $63.66. And World Famous, which is food, $26.87 and $80.62. And then the total amount I owe Afterpay is $1,064.54. I owe Afterpay about the same amount that I owe for this loan on my car. That's how ridiculous it is, right? Now, I do have to come up with a plan of how I'm going to pay this. The thing about it is that most of this, I don't have control over. Like, I can't manipulate when it's paid. So the Afterpay, I was able to push all the payments back to the very last payment, which is payment number 6. So that pushed a lot of the loans back to late in the month, right? So my earliest payment is due July 28th, and that is $467.80, right? But then you get their back-to-back payments, and there's nothing I can do about that because they're all on their 6th payment, right? Cash App, you can't push that back. You can't play around with that payment. It's due when it's due. Instacash, the same thing. You can't play around with that. There's no moving that due date around. It's due when it's due, and it's due in full. MoneyLion, the same thing. It's due when it's due, and it's due in full. The good thing about the MoneyLion loan, though, is that once I pay that off, they give me $800. So, not saying anybody should do this, but that is at least something that I can kind of look forward to, right? And you know, further down the road. And I already know what I'm going to do with that $800 once I get it. I'm sorry for the shaking. So now I need to come up with how I'm going to pay this. Considering the fact that a lot of these things I don't have any control over. So Instacash is automatically going to be first because it's due on July 14th. So by the time you guys see this video, Instacash will be paid. MoneyLion, that is paid automatically out of my account twice a month. So basically on my paydays that get paid. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. The credit card is $50. I really want to pay that down. So that's going to be one of the ones I'm going to attack first. Cash App, again, I have no control over when those are due. So I'm going to have to just bite the bucket on these. Afterpay, I'm going to work those. I'm going to work on those to pay those down. This is actually coming out easier than I thought as far as trying to figure out what I'm going to pay first. Once I pay those 3 things off, right, that's, as you can see, that's going to open up some money in my check, right? Then I could start putting more money towards, so I want to pay off my credit card. And the reason why I want to pay off my credit card versus paying off Advanced Financial or Dignify is because I want to use my credit card to put my subscriptions on, so that instead of me making small pieces of having small amounts of money coming out of my account throughout the month, I could just make one payment a month. That'll help me with my spending. And the thing about resetting your finances, I'm learning, is that you have to realize how your mind works when it comes to money. And for me, the way my mind works is if I got money sitting in my account, I'm gonna spend it, right? That's just the way my mind works until I figure out a different way of until my relationship, I'm gonna say that, gets healthier with money. I have to keep myself away from the money as much as possible. So instead of me having money sitting in my account waiting for this bill to come out or that bill to come out or that bill to come out, I will just have it be charged to my credit card. And then when my credit card is due, I just pay that credit card off, right? And what that does is that allows me to have just one payment. And it also helps me with utilization. That way I don't feel the need to use my card all the time, hopefully. So that's going to be number 4, right? Now, once I pay the credit card off, I am going to attack Advanced Financial. That's number 5. I'm going to attack Dignify. And then I'm going to attack Money Lion. The reason why I'm going to pay off Dignify before I pay off Money Lion is because I want to pay this off. One, because my car is in my daughter's name as well as mine. And I want to get this off of her credit because it's affecting her credit as well, because she has 2 cars in her name. And so I want to get rid of this as quickly as possible. So, yeah, I'd rather attack this than to worry about this. And then last but not least, I do want to pay off my car. My goal was to pay off my car by the end of this year, but I'm realizing that is not realistic, considering everything that I have going on, considering everything else I need to pay. So I do want to at least have my car down to less than $10,000 by the time I move next year. I plan on moving by November, so I want to have everything paid off and my car note down to less than $10,000 by the time I move next year. And then once all of this is done, the only thing I will have left on as far as debt would be my student loans. And I actually do want to pay off my student loans. I'm not one of the people that feel like, oh, my student loans just gonna be there. I do want to pay those off, and I am grateful that I'm able to defer them, but I also know that that's a blessing and a curse, because even though they're deferred, they're still accumulating interest. So that $2,000 loan that I had, that $500 loan that I had, is now in the thousands because it's been building up interest all this time. So I'm going to kind of pay off my student loans in the same way as this. I'm going to attack it one by one. But I have to get rid of all of this first, right? And then once I get myself situated financially, I'll be able to make a more realistic and aggressive move toward paying that off. So anyway, part 1 was listing all of your debt and understanding what you're looking at, right? Part 2 of that is deciding what you're going to pay and how you're going to pay it, right? So now I've decided the order in which I'm going to pay, which a lot of it was decided for me, right? I don't really have options. Part 3 is, well, Yvonne, how you going to get the money to do this, right? Of course, I have my paychecks, right, that I get. I'm blessed that I have two sources of income right now. Hopefully, I will continue to have 2 sources of income. But I'm not good with money. That's something I have become truthful with myself about. I'm horrible with money. I have a bad relationship with money. I'm trying to get better at it. So I'm also somebody that don't do well with money sitting in my bank account, as I just said earlier. So one of the ways that I've decided that's going to help me to be able to save money to put toward these debts, as well as save money towards other things like my sinking funds, is to do savings challenges. If you're a subscriber on my channel, if you've seen my channel, you know that I've already started doing one, which is the Build a Bank staff meetings. The Build a Bank staff meetings, I'm going to use that because those are monthly. For now, I'm going to use that to pay toward a debt. So every month, at the end of the month, whatever I've saved, I'm going to put that toward a debt. Also, I'm going to use and I'm going to dedicate $30 a week using my main paycheck. So since I get paid twice a month, that's going to be $120 out of that check a month, right? So each check is $60. That's what I meant to write. So that's $60 per check out of that check. Then you have this, the Build a Bank, the full system. So the staff meeting is just a portion of the Build a Bank full system. The full system is an ongoing savings challenge. And there's like a whole bunch of different ways you could play it. If you just put in Build a Bank savings challenge in the search bar on YouTube, you're going to see different people playing it so many different ways. It's really a savings challenge that you can make your own. What benefits you as far as the amount of money you're able to put toward it, the way that you decide to play it is really customizable, and I love it. It seems overwhelming when you first get all of it, but once you set it up and start playing it, you realize you really, really, really can make it your own. So I'm going to use the entire system to go toward my other savings. So I have some things that I am trying to do. One of those things is move, right? Another one of those things is to build up my sinking funds. Another one of those things is, well, of those sinking funds, that's my emergency fund, my mania fund, and my Amici fund. Those are my main 3 funds that I'm trying to do first, right? So I'm going to use the Build-A-Bank system to do the emergency, to build up those sinking funds. And I'm going to dedicate $30 a week. I'm going to use both of my incomes for that because I do get paid opposite weeks. Okay. And I'm going to allow that money to build up. I'm not going to put money toward anything every time I finish one. I'm going to allow it to build up. I'm also going to be doing 100 envelope tinies challenge. Is where you have the 100 envelope challenge, but you're putting tinies saving challenges, which are the very, very low saving challenges. They may be like $10 or less. Some people call them tinies because they're small. Some people call them tinies because of the amount. It just depends on whatever you consider tinies. For me, I consider them tiny if they're a low amount. So I have a 100 envelope challenge book, which is the Baddies and Budgets 100 envelope, the original one. I have that. I actually have both, but the original one, I'm going to use that. For the tinies, I'm going to put $60 a month into that challenge, and I'm going to use my second income to put toward that. And my tinies 100 envelope challenge is going to go toward my moving. And then I'm going to do my regular minis and tinies twice a month, and I'm going to use my secondary income for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do $50, so that's $25 each check. $25 each, so $25 minis, $25 for tinies, right? I'm going to put $25 for minis, $25 for tinies. I'm going to do it every each check, right? So these minis and tinies, I'm going to also put that toward moving, because again, that's ongoing. And then I have the 100 envelope, which is the newer 100 envelope challenge book from Baddies and Budgets. I'm going to turn that into the $5 challenge. Now, Baddies and Budget does have a $5 challenge. I did have that $5 challenge. However, I gave it to my niece because she wanted to start saving money. So I gave it to her because I felt like that was something that she could manage. As we all know, the $5 challenge, the actual $5 challenge saves $600. I'm using the 100 envelope, so that's going to save $500. I'm going to take that $500. I'm going to do $30 a month from my main job. If I do $30 a month, it'll take me 10 months to fill that up, right? I'm going to use that toward sinking funds, right? So again, you're going to have to face what you have going on. That's part 1. Write it out. Total it up. See what you are. Just look at it. Take a minute. Look at it. Cry about it. Yell, scream, feel bad about it. Whatever emotions that you feel when you look at that number, it is okay. Feel it. And then we move on. Right? Because it's human to feel away. It's human to look at that and feel guilty. It's human to look at that and feel sad. It's human to look at that and feel overwhelmed. It's human to look at that and try to feel a little less than. Because when I look at that, I wonder why, how. Like it's ridiculous that I owe that and I don't own anything. It's crazy to me, right? But it's my reality. It's where I am. So guess what? I don't want to be there. So what do I need to do to get out of it, right? I need to pay all this off. So part 2, how am I going to pay all this off? What order am I going to do to pay this off? You do have different, you have the debt snowball where you pay from the smallest to the largest. Those are quick wins. It helps with motivation. It helps with you, you know, you feel better because you're getting the small ones out faster, right? So it helps you to keep going because you're seeing it quick. You have the debt avalanche, which is you pay the one with the highest interest rate first. That one is a slow burn. It's a little more slow burn because you're focusing on the interest rate versus focusing on the balance. So you may have a credit card that has a 5% interest rate, but the balance is like $7,000. It's gonna take you a while to pay that $7,000, but you're gonna pay that off because you want to get rid of that high interest rate, right? So you're gonna pay that off first. It's a slow burn, but you still could see it. As that balance goes down, you still could see it. So once you figure out what order you want to pay it out, you may have to do it like I'm doing it. Some things are just more precedent than others. Some things you don't have an option but to focus on those first, which is the case that I'm in. Once you figure that out, then you need to figure out, where am I going to get the money to pay for this? I'm living check to check. You know, I'm only one income. I'm a single parent. I'm low income. Any scenario that you are in, I can understand. This is a time where we have to sacrifice. We have to sacrifice. We have to figure. I am actually working 2 jobs. Both of them, I'm blessed that I work from home. But it's something that I have to do. I have to do that. I have to say no to people when they want me to do things. I have to not be able to do things, which I'm going to talk about that as well. Some of the things that we have to, I'm not going to even say sacrifice, but prioritize. But it's doable. No matter whether you have $5,000 of debt, $10,000 of debt, $20,000 or $100,000 in debt. It's doable. You just bite one bite at a time. One bite at a time. When you look at all of this, what you look at, you say, listen, I am not even going to pay this no attention once I list this out. And I know that I'm only focusing on Instacash first. You don't worry about none of this other stuff. You know why? Because these are bills that you pay every month anyway. You're going to pay that $114 a month. You're going to pay that $113 a month. You're going to pay those minimums anyway. So you don't even have to look at those. You hyper focus on that one that you're paying first until you're done. That way you don't have to look at the whole picture. Okay? So anyway, I hope this video was helpful. Again, we got to look at it. It's not beautiful. It's not pretty. It's not fun. It's not glorious. But in order for us to get to the point where we're saving challenges, we saving, you know, $500, $300 at a time and saving challenges, we got to figure out where the $300 coming from. And the one way we could do that is to be realistic about where we are financially. So I hope, again, that this helps somebody. And while we're talking about it, go ahead and list below. You don't have to list your numbers. Just let me know if you're currently working on your debt. And if you are working on your debt, what method are you using? If you're not working on your debt, let me know why. Are you afraid to look at it? Give me a reason why. Let's talk about it. Also, if you are new here, welcome. Please subscribe so that we could continue, walking this journey together. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And leave a comment. I love, 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 love to hear from you guys. So thank you. Bye, resetters.